this Kansas City. Shit's ran gritty. In the summertime, the chicks be damn pretty. Born in the projects, then to the Ville.
Hey you guys, it's me, Bossy, and I'm back with day 2 of Storytime Week, you guys. Now, bear with me if some of these videos don't go up at the same time every day. But trust me, they will be up at least by my time. At least by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. So y'all don't be mad if they not up at the same time, because it just depends on what's going on that day. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all are going to enjoy this story time. This is, oh yeah, and yeah, before we continue, I'm having sort of a bad hair day. I didn't feel like messing with my frontal. I was trying to get this video done. So I'm repping my KC hat. Well, this is actually my man's hat. But this is the time that I felt like I was being treated like a groupie or just something like that at my own brother's concert. And y'all, after this experience that I had, I really wasn't sure if I ever want to go to another one of his concerts, because all the stuff that I went through with my cousins that day drove me crazy. Now this just happened last summer. Yeah, it was so irritating. And my brother is TECH N9NE, if you guys are wondering who I'm talking about. So bro, if you are watching this video, which I'm sure one of your viewers are subscribed to me, or just somebody might stumble upon this video, if you see it, you know I got love for you, big bro. Just telling what happened. You know the deal. So you guys, if you're interested in hearing this story, please keep watching. This happened last summer. I want to say last August or July. And my brother had a big concert coming up that was going to be at the Power and Light in Kansas City, Missouri. It's just where a lot of people like hang out and stuff like that, but it's a really popular place in Kansas City, Missouri. So my cousins had asked if I was going to go, because I guess so many people they knew were trying to go, but I was like, I'm not sure. I really don't go to my brother's concerts like that, because to be honest, I like his older music more than his, you know, newer music that he has out. And so I was like, I don't know. They was like, you need to just go. We need to go do something. We need to show support for our family. That's your brother. You need to show support for your family. And I'm like, well, we'll see. I'll call him and see if we can get some tickets. Otherwise, that's the only way I'm going, because I really don't feel like being around all those people, because he sells stuff out. I mean, he sells shows out. And I was like, I don't know. But anyway, so maybe about 2 or 3 days after that conversation I had with my cousin, I called my brother to tell him that I was thinking about maybe going to his concert, me and a couple of my other relatives, and also my 2 other brothers that are younger than both of us. So he was like, okay, cool. He was like, just text me everybody's name. That way I know how many tickets I need to get for y'all. But he was like, yeah, I'm glad you're gonna come. I want you to see me, or whatever. Because I hadn't seen my brother perform in a long time. Probably the last time I saw him perform was, I probably was like 21 years old. So it's been a minute, 21 or 22. So time comes back around and it is concert time. And that day of his concert, he had called me and told me that all I would have to do is get the tickets from the ticket booth when I go up. Just give them my name and they will give me 8 tickets. So I'm like, okay, cool, thanks bro, I love you. So, you know, that day was a pretty hectic day. You know, I was trying to look cute because, you know, I was going out and going to listen to some music, and I was hoping he was gonna play some of his old stuff. Like, my favorite album of my brother's is Absolute Power. He has some other albums I like. I also like The Paseo, if y'all wanna look it up. It's called The Paseo, P-A-S-E-O. I think I spelled that right. He talks about myself, my brothers, and my mom and my dad. Not the whole song, but just a little part of the song. But anyway, to get back on track, so I was like, well, hopefully he'll play some of his old stuff. That way I know I can really just like bump to it, and I know I have a good time. So me and my cousins all met up at my sister-in-law's house, and we all rode out there together. Now, my cousins, I'm gonna use their real names because they don't mind, but my cousin Marnique, she actually she actually told me that her sister had purchased a ticket, but her ticket, she was going to show it on her phone. So you guys remember that. So she was like, her sister purchased a ticket and all she has to do is show her phone or whatever, and I guess they'll scan her phone, some mess she told me or whatever. But I was like, oh, that's good. I was like, well, we got our tickets. All we got to do is go up to the box little area. It wasn't even a box office because Power & Light doesn't have a box office. It was like the Hot 103 Jams table, and they had like all the VIP special picked up tickets there. And so we get there or whatever, and it's already crowded to capacity. It was an hour before it was about to even start, but it was, I mean, packed. And you guys, I also have footage of a lot of this I'm telling you on my vlog channel, Bossy's Life, if y'all want to see some of the stuff that I'm trying to tell y'all about, because I don't feel like inserting clips. But so if y'all want to see it, y'all can go to my vlog. We get up there, and it's like a usher guy or whatever, right at the steps, when you get to the Power & Light. And I was like, yes, excuse me, where do I actually go? I'm supposed to be picking up some tickets. My brother had tickets held for me. Right then and there, I knew I should have just said TECH N9NE, but I said my brother, because this is his next reaction. And he had a real nasty attitude. I was like, yeah, I'm here to pick up some tickets. My brother had some tickets held for me, and I was just trying to see where I would go get them. He was like, who is your brother? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, TECH N9NE. He was like, he started laughing. And I'm like, what's funny? Because y'all, I'm working on it, but I can get an attitude kind of quick. And I'm like, what's funny? And he was like, well, we don't have no tickets. I don't know nothing about all that. So you might want to go over to that booth and ask those people. But I ain't heard about no tickets being held for nobody. I was like, okay, whatever. That's exactly what I said. So then my cousin was like, Basima, just calm down. So it was about, let's see, how many of it was us? It was 5 of us that came together, and then my brother was supposed to come with his girlfriend. So we didn't need all the tickets right then and there. I just needed tickets for who was with me. And so we went over to the Hot 103 Jams booth, and it was a lot of people over there, I guess, trying to get tickets. They had VIP tickets or whatever waiting for them. And so I go up to the lady. It was 2 black men and a black lady behind the little booth or whatever, and they had a list in their hand. I was like, excuse me, ma'am. She was like, hold on. And I looked at her. I was like, oh my God, everybody's trying to test me today. Today I was not supposed to be here. So I just kind of chuckled, and she just kind of looked at me kind of crazy. I was like, she was like, okay, how can I help you? I was like, I was coming to see where would I go to pick up tickets that were supposed to be held for me. My brother TECH N9NE had tickets, 8 tickets that were supposed to be held for me. He said my name would be on the list and the tickets would already be here and I could come and get them. So she gets the paper and she gets to twirling and looking through the pages, and she's like, what's your name? And I was like, Basima. She was like, by who? And I was like, Basima. It might even be under Bossy, because that's what my brother calls me. She's like, well, I don't see that right now. I don't see any names for Basima or anything else. Who else's name could it be under? And I'm like, maybe my little brother Karameen. Yes, my brother's name is Karameen. It's an Islamic name. But I was like, maybe Karameen. I don't know. But I'm sure he put it under mine because he told me he was going to put it under mine. She was like, well, you might want to go around to the side to ask security where your brother's crew and everything would be at, to get to the back to get on the stage. So you might want to go around to that side. And I just looked at her like, thanks for nothing. And so at this point my feet are starting to hurt somewhat because I had to wear some heels. And yeah, I'm just getting frustrated and I'm getting hot and I'm trying to vlog at the same time. A lot of stuff I didn't even finish vlogging because I was getting so frustrated and I didn't want to show that on my vlog. And so we go around to the side and it's like some security guards with walkie-talkies or whatever there, and it's the strange music van, big old truck, whatever you call it, back there too. And so I was like, excuse me. I was like, I'm TECH N9NE's little sister Basima, and I was like, he is supposed to have tickets held for me, and I was sent around here because no one seems to know where the tickets are, and I was wondering if you could help me, please. He was like, well, hold on just a minute. So he got on his walkie-talkie and he was ready on somebody, and next thing you know, he went inside to where I guess you get into the stage area. and a lady comes back out and she was like, how can I help you, honey? And I was like, well, I'm supposed to be getting tickets picked up because I'm supposed to be coming to see this concert, and you know, I'm just trying to see where the tickets are that I was supposed to have held for me, and that's basically it. She was like, hold on, let me go back and check. I was talking to one of his friends just a moment ago, but let me go check. So she's back there for a good 10 minutes, taking forever, and I'm starting to get irritated beyond belief. She walkie-talkies the other man. She was like, well, right now we can't find the artist. I'm like, the artist? She's like, right now we can't find the artist. So then right at this point, when she's walkie-talkying him, my brother, which I should have just called him as soon as I got there, my brother calls my phone. He's like, hey baby, where you at? My brother calls me baby. He's always done that since I was a baby. He was like, hey baby, where you at? I was like, trying to figure out where these tickets are that you supposedly had for us. And he was like, oh, where you at? I was like, I have been everywhere. I'm on the side where the security people are. I guess we're near where you're at. He was like, did you go to the front? I was like, I've been to the front, and the lady had an attitude and didn't nobody have no tickets for us. He was like, well, come to the back, and because like when you come into the Paramount, like you can come through the front way or like through the back way, like where it's some stairs and stuff. And so we went around that way. And when we went around there, it was so many people in line trying to get in with their tickets. Like it was a line in the front and around the other side of the building, like 2 separate ways you can come in to, you know, get into the concert. And so it's people all back there, and it's a lot of people there that I know, and they saying hi to me and my cousins and stuff like that. And so, sorry if y'all can hear that airplane, whatever. So we get back there or whatever, and we just standing looking stupid, and because my brother tells us to go back there basically because he's gonna come out. Then my cousin Monique, with her little smart self, she decides, oh well, I'm just gonna go ahead and have my sister text me an image or whatever, or screenshot her and text her an image of her ticket, since they were just gonna scan her ticket, she thought, using her phone. She was like, then I'll get in, and then I'll just like slip the phone back to y'all so y'all can get in. I'm like, hold up, I'm not doing this. First off, it's not gonna work. Secondly, we supposed to have tickets already held for us. Like, I don't have to sneak in this TECH N9NE concert. What do I look like? Mind y'all, oh, I didn't even tell y'all this. This is what makes it even worse. The tickets was only $10. So he wasn't charging a whole lot for people to come and see him. Normally his tickets are higher. But the whole fact of the matter is, I didn't intend on going to this concert. I called to see what he was gonna say. He said he was gonna just give us the tickets, which is fine. But my whole thing is, I'm going through all of this for a $10 concert. So anyway, my cousin goes up to the lady, and the lady was like, I'm sorry ma'am. Hold on, it's so funny. The lady was like, I'm sorry ma'am, what is this? She was like, oh, this is my ticket. This is how my cousin talks. Oh, this is my ticket. I wasn't able to print it off, so here you go. She was like, oh sweetheart, we can't use that. So I'm back there mad and trying not to laugh. My other cousin Shira, she's cracking up too. Like, it's embarrassing. So then we still standing there waiting for him, and I'm trying to keep an eye out because my brother, he be on some other stuff sometimes, and I was trying to make sure I was not going to miss him in a crowd of men in all black, as he said. And while we standing there, it's other people trying to sneak into the concert, like going around the people, because people was talking to him, so they would like try to distract them and go around. No, it wasn't happening. Like, it was so funny because that day was just, ugh, I don't know. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, we've been waiting too long. So I called my brother. I'm like, Dantes, where are you at? We call my brother Dantes. That's his middle name. I'm like, where are you at? He was like, where y'all at? I just passed y'all. I didn't see y'all. I'm like, you not about to play that on me. I was like, we was out here and I did not see you and a bunch of men walk past this sidewalk, because it was the stairs and it's the sidewalk, and we was kind of up a little way from the stairs, but I was looking out to make sure my brother was not going to miss me. He was like, dang, man, Bossy, all right, hold on. All right, well, just come back around to the security side or whatever, and I'll meet you over there. And I'm like, Donnie, I ain't got time for this. He was like, nah, baby, come on, for real. Just come back around this way. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I tell my cousins, and then they starting to get kind of an attitude because it's like we getting the runaround because don't nobody know what's going on. My brother, he's a busy man, so he shouldn't have to be chasing me down. But the fact of the matter is, I need to know where these tickets was because honestly, I was ready to go home. And so after a while, we talking to people or whatever. I'm like, okay, we probably need to go around here again before we miss him again. And as we're walking around, I see like Big Scoob come walking towards us, and he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, I just stopped and was like, do you know where my brother is? I was like, I just need to know where these tickets are so we can go stand or sit or whatever we got to do in the place we want to be, so I don't have to keep walking around in these heels. He's like, oh, he's around that way or whatever. And so as we walking all the way back around to the side, here comes my brother walking towards us with two of my other little cousins and their mom and some other dudes, I guess that's in his entourage or whatever, or just in his crew. And so he comes up to me, he's like open arms trying to give me a hug or whatever, and I'm kind of like, and he knew I had an attitude. I'm just like, really? He was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. He was like, they up there right now, go get them. I'm telling you, they up there right now. And so I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this. I said, okay, I'm gonna go back around there. And he's like, well, I gotta go, all right, bye. And he just keeps on going and goes back to the entrance with my two little cousins, which I'm like, why didn't I go back there? But I was like, you know what? I ain't even worried about it. I ain't even worried about it. So we go back around to the front where the ticket booth is, where the two black men and the black lady is. And she's looking with a smirk on her face. And I'm like, okay, my brother just told me that my name should be on a list now and some tickets should be up here waiting. And she was like, what's your name? And I was like, Basima. And she was like, hold on. She turned around and went and grabbed another paper and it had an envelope with it. And she's like, this your name right here? And I'm like, yes. She was like, oh, I apologize. She's like, oh, I apologize. So I was like, you know what, it's okay, can I just get 5 of the tickets and can you leave the other tickets here? And I told her my brother's name so she could write it on there, so when he comes he don't have to go through all the stuff that I felt like I was going through. Like, I felt like they was taking me as a joke or thought I was lying about him being my brother, or just thought I was trying to get into a concert for free. And because to be honest, I could have paid $10, but I didn't want to. With our ticket, we also have an all access, well, I thought it was all access strange music sticker, a big black sticker or whatever. And so we trying to, once we get into the power and light, actually get down in there where they, you know, have the stage and everything like that, there's like a long there's like a long case of stairs or whatever. So we're going up the stairs because we can clearly see that's where like the VIP access is. It's on one side and then it's one on another side. So it's like 2 sets of stairs, but we went to the closest set. So we're going up this long stairs and it's a lot of steps. The security person right there, it's a black lady, and we trying to go through, and she's like, hold on, where y'all going? And I'm like, here we go again. I was like, we have all access. I was like, I'm just trying to get in here so we can get a seat, or, you know, I can, you know, stand up closer so I can see the performance. She was like, that ain't no all access badge. She was like, that's limited access. She was like, you can only go certain places with that. She was like, and you can't come nowhere up here. You have to stay down below. I looked at her. I said, are you kidding me? She was like, no, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but that's not all access. That's limited access. I said, oh my God. So then I'm embarrassed, and I'm light skinned. So my face turns red. My cousins got attitude. Finally, we just walking back down, and we was gonna try to go through the other side because it's another side of stairs where you can go to still get up to the top. So we walking up there. Next thing you know, I see my cousin Monique's sister. She was like, hey y'all, hey y'all. And the dude tried to stop us this time. She was like, doing? That's Tech N9NE's sister. She's supposed to be in here. What y'all doing? And then I guess she ran back to where my brother was, taking like pictures and autographs with some people that had VIP access or whatever. Next thing you know, Travis comes around, the security guard, and was like, "Oh no, let them in, let them in." So we finally get in there, and I looked at him. I said, "Can I just have something to drink?" I said, "I'm tired." I said, "I just need a drink and I need to sit down. My feet hurt so bad." So he started laughing. He was like, "Yeah, sure." He was like, "What's that y'all got on?" Mind you, we had these big black all access badges or sticker badges on. He was like, I was like, "This is the all access or limited access." He was like, "Take this off." So he ripped mine off. He was like, "Take this off. This ain't what you're supposed to have." So he gave us something that looked similar to that, but it had a little more stuff to it, and it was all access. So we go back there. I go over to the bartender or whatever. I get my drink. My cousins get theirs. Then my brother comes over and gives me a hug again or whatever, and he's just talking, and then he walks off. I don't know, doing something. I was irritated with him. I just didn't feel like talking no more. And we sitting down or whatever, and I'm sitting in there and I'm observing, and I see my best friend, her father's in there with his wife. I'm like, how did all these people get in here with no problem? And I'm just like, y'all, it was just the worst feeling ever. Then what makes matters worse is finally, you know, it's about time for him to perform or whatever. So we have a good area to see him. I could see all the people on the ground or whatever, and I recorded all the people. He sold that show out. It was packed to capacity, and like I'm, you know, vlogging everybody. And the next thing I know, I was like, well, we got all access. I said, let me go on the side of the stage so I can record like Stevie Stone and stuff like that, which is a strange music artist. And so I get over there, and two of my other cousins that I told you walked back with him in the beginning when I finally met up with my brother, they were back there or whatever, because one of my cousins was going to perform with them. We down there or whatever, and I don't know if they felt like too many people was down there. It was just 3 of us down there, and all these other white chicks and stuff was down there. So I'm recording and vlogging some of the footage of his performance. Next thing you know, some big old white guy comes and was like, "You have to get from off the side of the stage." And I'm like, excuse me? I'm looking like, I got all access. He's like, "You have to go. There's too many people back here. You have to go. You have to go." And I'm just looking like, what? So he pushes me and my cousins. And then by this time, my little brother had gotten there. So he was back on the side too, and, you know, talking to some of my brother's crew or whatever. And so they pushed all of us from off the side of the stage, but all them white chicks was able to stay. And I'm just sitting here like, did this just really happen? I said, all I was doing was vlogging. We weren't loud, we weren't rowdy or anything. And I'm just thinking, you know what, Basima? The night is almost over. Just go back up into the VIP area where you was at, finish recording, because he would start playing some of my jams and stuff like that. And then he started talking about my mom, and I kind of got a little emotional. And, you know, we ended back up there. You know, the rest of the show went well. He was about to do one last song, but at this point I was really tired, y'all, and my feet couldn't handle no more pain. So we finally left. But that entire day, I just felt like I was being treated like I was trying to sneak into somewhere, or I was lying about stuff, or just like a groupie-ish type of person. And that next morning, I think I was going to pick up my daughters from their dad's house. My phone rings. It's my brother, TECH N9NE. And I'm like, hello? He was like, "Hey, baby, what's up, man? What's up? You left early." I'm like, "I didn't leave early. I left when you was doing your last song." I was like, I was tired. And he was like, "Did you have fun? Did you enjoy the show?" And I'm like, "Donnie," I was like, "It was cool." I was like, "You did good." I was like, "But I don't know if I can come to any more of your stuff." I was like, it was too hectic. I was like, we didn't have know where tickets was at. It was just too much going on. I was like, "But you did good, bro." He was like, next thing you know, I guess he didn't want to hear me saying that no more. So he was like, hold on real quick. I think I'm getting a call." And I was like, I just started laughing, because we got a certain type of relationship, and that's how my brother is. I love my brothers to death, all 4 of them. But I'm just like, okay, Donnie, whatever. He was like, "I'll talk to you later. I love you." I was like, all right, bye. But he knew what we went through. We shouldn't have went through. It was just so irritating and embarrassing. Like, me and my cousin still talk about it, and it's so funny because it's like all of this just to go to my own brother's concert. I was just like, I don't know if I could do it anymore. It was too much. It was people there that wasn't, it was people back there, and it seemed to get in so easily. There wasn't even blood. And you don't have to be blood to know someone, or you don't, I mean, they probably had all kind of perks or won gift prizes or whatever, but the fact that I thought it was gonna be an easy ride, just going to pick up the tickets he had held for us, going back there. I didn't even know we was gonna have backstage access, which I kind of did because normally we did in the past when we would go to his stuff, but I didn't care if we had it or not. That was the time that I felt like a groupie at my own brother's concert. Oh, the people were so rude. It was so irritating, but he did so good that night. Like I said, if y'all want to see any of the footage, y'all can check out my vlog channel, Bossy's Life. I have a link down below of my channel, and I might also link that actual video so y'all don't have to go searching through my videos on that channel. But y'all, yeah, that was a day I will never forget. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and it wasn't too all over the place. But yeah, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for story time number 3 and the 3rd day of story time week. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, loves.